Finally, the Lord Jesus has answered my prayers, and another movie was made by the greatest director of all time. A man whose cast always loves him. A man who made the greatest Star Wars movie of all time, The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson. Kill me. As much as I hate Rian Johnson, and for those of you who do think The Last Jedi is one of the best Star Wars movies of all time, kindly tie a noose around your nuts to jump off a tree. But the first Knives Out movie was actually good. Jesus Christ, I was like f***ing a girl and then realizing it was your mother. And because the first Knives Out movie was actually good, and also because I'm a dumb f***ing idiot, I expected this movie to also be good. But expecting a Rian Johnson movie to be good is sort of like hopping into a stranger's van because he says he has ice cream. Sure, some might have ice cream, but most are going to fucking you. Now, when I watch Rian Johnson films, excluding Knives Out, I tend to go through 3 stages, and because of that, I'm going to break this review into 3 stages, otherwise known as the Holy Trinity of Rian Johnson's penis. Phase 1. God, if you're real, please kill me. As I said, I'm an idiot, and despite this movie being directed by Rian Johnson, I expected some mind-numbing, jaw-dropping, crazy mystery experience. And for some reason, I found myself when I turned on the movie being somewhat excited for it. And so, as a basketball fan, when I saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing Among Us with Daniel Craig in the bath, I lost all faith in humanity.
Thought you'd be better at this.
In this phase, which encompasses the beginning of the movie, you have hope, you have dreams, you have ambitions, but then Rian Johnson tries to jizz comedy down the back of your throat, and you're left feeling violated, lost, and potentially wanting to file a lawsuit to the Supreme Court. The beginning of this movie for me was absolutely horrendous. The jokes fell flatter than Natalie Portman, the characters for the most part felt annoying, and I was not interested or intrigued whatsoever. You know who was intrigued though? My 5-year-old cousin when he proclaimed the Among Us scene to be the greatest scene in cinematic history. I looked at him, thought about La La Land, and almost started crying. There's not much other to say about this phase than you wish death upon yourself, death upon Rian Johnson, and death upon anyone who was involved in this movie. The middle. A New Hope. Get it? A New Hope? Like Star Wars? Because Rian Johnson made a Star Wars movie? Alright, I hate myself. After an abysmal opening, most Rian Johnson films have this miraculous power to somehow bring you back into the movie. In this section of Glass Onion, my viewpoint of the movie entirely changed. I began to actually like the movie. The plot got interesting, the comedy wasn't that bad, I even caught myself laughing at a few parts, and the character revealed that they have deeper and hidden layers to them. Kind of like an onion! Ha ha ha! Unsubscribe from me. Rian added some fun twists and turns that I didn't see coming and weren't too corny or cringy. Well, was the whole twin sister thing a bit corny and a bit cringy? Yes. But it's kind of like fucking an ugly girl. Sometimes the best fucks happen when you use a bag, and sometimes movies have to have cringy moments for there to be good moments.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
I mean, the whole thing when Daniel Craig found the murder mystery before they even started the game was pretty cool, and the plot was setting up what could have been a very good ending to all the things that were making this movie actually interesting. I actually had no idea what was going to happen next, and I was extremely interested and on the edge of my seat, waiting for Ryan's huge magical brain to finally satisfy my lust and sexual desire for what was going to be an absolutely amazing ending. Phase 3. How My Father Sees Me. A massive disappointment that likes to suck cock. Now, this is the problem with making a murder mystery movie, but having Rian Johnson direct it. Again, I'm excluding Knives Out because I have no idea how the fuck he made that. Because what makes a murder mystery, and most mystery movies in general good, is the ending. Have a good ending like The Sixth Sense, and people will proclaim your movie like the second coming of Jesus Christ and have a daily regimen jerking off to it. Have a bad ending, and people will think you have made the worst movie of all time. The problem with Rian Johnson movies is that this Phase 3, a staple of Rian Johnson movies, have an ending that leaves you completely unsatisfied, unerect, and wondering why you even had a boner in the first place. Take The Last Jedi, for example. The Last Jedi has a beginning of the movie that is not my favorite, a middle that was slightly more interesting, which gave us anticipation for our final battle with our childhood hero, Luke Skywalker. I mean, I had general excitement and anticipation when I saw Luke step onto that salt, snow, cum, whatever the fuck it was, planet, okay? I mean, it would have been almost impossible to ruin my anticipation and hope. I mean, I am the same guy who almost cried when I saw a 3-second clip of Vader throwing people around like rag dolls at the end of Rogue One. But somehow, someway, Rian Johnson has this ability, like I do with my father, to somehow miraculously disappoint you. And even though my anticipation for the ending of Glass Onion was high and I was extremely entertained, Rian Johnson somehow made an ending worse than the ending of my last relationship. I caught her fucking a horse. Instead of ending the movie in a clever way, how most mystery movies are ended, Rian Johnson decided to have the protagonist, well, I guess the protagonist, just start blowing shit up. Because hey, when you can't think of a creative solution to a problem, why not just ram something out? Because there's obviously no way anyone has ever thought about that idea in the past 6 movies. I am not even joking when I say this. The ending of this movie is literally the main character grabbing a piece of cocaine, throwing it into a fire, and blowing up the Mona Lisa. Ryan, here's the thing, buddy. I like that you tried to make this movie good. But without a good ending, and with just changing the plot and characters of your movie to fit whatever ending you want to have, it's just not gonna work out. It's like throwing piss, shit, and vomit into a pan, cooking it, and saying people are gonna like it just because you added salt. Alright, I'm done with the video. Alright, time to rate this movie. Glass Onion, a Rian Johnson tragedy, gets a 6 out of 10. Listen, if this movie had a better ending, it could have been very, very good. But a 6 out of 10, even with my ratings, isn't that bad. Now, how this movie got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes while Babylon got a 56% is more confusing to me than the location of the fucking clitoris. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It's like my 9th video on the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. And join me next time, where I'm probably going to be discussing Avatar. I've said that for 3 videos in a row, but it might just be next video. Peace. Fucking a girl and then realizing it was your mother. Tie a noose around your nuts and jump off a tree. A massive disappointment that likes to suck.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.